the thing that I wanted to just quickly share with you is that the concept of cumulative wisdom. And it's something that I think about quite often, because I'm always reflecting on where I've come from and making sure that I both celebrate that, and which is not something I've been good at in the past, but definitely celebrating where I come from, but also acknowledging the incredible learnings that I've had along the way and am now able to implement, and also just the skills that you gather along the way. So don't ever take for granted or forget about the value that every little thing that you do adds. So, for instance, running these boot camps. I draw on the skills of many years of running a restaurant and also the resources that I accumulated through that process. I also draw on the skills of running cooking classes all over the state and the country in the last 3 to 4 years with the Healthy Places enterprise that we've developed, where we're teaching people how to healthy cooking practices and growing their own veggies. And so I've got kits for where I can teach cooking anywhere, and I've got kits of food and all sorts of things that I just pull out of my kitchen at home and put in the back of my car. And then, of course, the 15 years or so of nutrition study and research and personal development that I've done, of course, enables me to develop really nutritious menus for my boot camp, so I know exactly what people are going to be eating for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and the snacking in between that's going to give them not only delicious food but nutritious food that gives them the energy and the sustained power that they need to be able to think really hard and work really hard for a couple of days. Same goes for exercise and the superfood. So the two boot camp VIP classes that I run, the superfood class and the exercise class, are also drawing on skills that I've gathered and tried and tested and figured out and researched and learned over the last decade or so, and that I'm able to then share. Now, in terms of organisation, of course, I've run events, I've been a project manager, I have drawn on the skills of stuff even when it's so bizarre how the world works, because you know what, when I was a kid, my mum and dad used to run tours, and and I used to help with the cooking and the organising for those as well, because I was in my teens and I liked to cook and I could, and it helped mum out because she was also working full time, and it was bedlam, and it's a bit like my life now too. So I draw on the skills that I learned as a teenager, even in my own parents' business. The events management, the event planning, the networks that I've created over the last 15 odd years working in these rural communities, to be able to just pick up the phone to someone and say, right, tell me a really great place with a few bedrooms and a great space for 8 to 10 people. Where is it? And people will just tell me straight away. And you know, it's just amazing, because if I hadn't done all those other things and I hadn't tried them and I hadn't failed at them sometimes, I would not be able to do what I do today. So the important message here is don't see what you're doing today as a failure. Don't see what you're doing today as a waste of time. And definitely don't see what you're doing today as a pain in the neck or something that's never going to get you anywhere. Do the opposite. See it as the greatest adventure and the greatest gift that you've ever been given, and put it in your toolkit for what's coming, which is the next most epic and awesome stage of your life, doing something that you really love and you're really passionate about. If we don't try stuff, we never know. And what you never unlearn stuff that you already know. We might forget about it occasionally and not always use it every day, but we never unlearn it. So learn everything you possibly can. Read, practice, try, fail, do it again, whatever it takes, because you are on a journey for the next best step, and that is the most exciting thing. So I'm going to sign off now and go for a bit of a wander through these green fields before the sun sets, and I go and get some dinner and curl up with a bit of a learning book and a few emails before I go to bed and get an early night. So I'm fresh and ready for boot camp tomorrow. I love you guys. Send me any messages, thoughts, tricks, tips that you've learned along the way and stuff that's your cumulative wisdom that's taken you from where you were yesterday to where you are today. Go Warriors. Take care. Bye. Hey guys.